Everybody, Tim Keefe here with Transform CX. Wanted to take a few minutes and talk about the automotive industry. We've recently been doing some work with our partner Percepta, and in the automotive industry, as you're probably all of us are aware, there are tremendous changes taking place over the last several years, not just in the technology of the vehicles, but in the prices that people pay for these vehicles. But even more importantly, I think the entire buying process, the consumer experience, the service delivery process has changed radically. So as we think about that, I love the idea that we're seeing more direct-to-consumer buying. We're seeing more proactive engagement from the OEMs to build a better brand. A lot of changes occurring at the dealership level and the role that they play in the sales process and the service process. So again, as we think about engaging in the automotive industry and mobility in general, there's still some very fundamentals about the customer experience that we think are critical. And as we enter into the mid-2020s and we start to look at that experience, we see three pillars to that experience: that they need to be proactive. In other words, know your customer, know what they want. They need to be personal. It needs to be targeted, not mass marketing. It needs to be specific to the needs of that particular consumer. And wherever possible, those communications tend to be digital. People want to engage in a digital process. And not to extrapolate my own experience, but more and more my car buying experience, even over the last 10 years, has been primarily web-based, in that skipping the traditional dealer model, going into a showroom, et cetera, but directly ordering the vehicle through a website, whether that's still going back to the dealer for a quote, but are usually going to a fleet manager, so we don't have a lot of that back and forth. It's a pretty straight, simple process. So again, evolution in that marketplace, radical changes, movement to subscription model. We're seeing changes with regard to subscription services within a vehicle. That changes the ongoing service model. Do you have the right service components in place to be timely, to be personal, to be proactive, so that when that consumer wants to turn on a subscription or has a problem with a subscription, that you're right there when they need you? Same thing for the buying process, same thing for the service process. Do they feel like you're taking care of them? So again, this is Tim Keefe at Transform CX talking about the automotive industry and the evolution of consumer experience. Thank you very much.